Hi, welcome back. Today we are going to be talking about doing a carnivore diet for different budgets, and it can be done as little as $7 a day. So we will talk about that one at the end, and we are going to talk about starting with the highest quality beef you can get. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this video and ring that bell so you don't miss a new one. It is recommended that we are getting about a pound of protein per pound of body weight. Now, this isn't the weight that you are at if you want to be losing weight. So this is either your goal weight or where you are at if you're maintaining your weight. So we're gonna say, just for sake of numbers, that we are going to be around an 150 pound person. So that person would need 150 grams, give or take, of protein a day, which typically averages out to about 2 pounds of meat. So that's what we're gonna be talking about today. That's our base numbers. And just a side note, I'm sorry for any noise you might hear. We are in the middle of construction. It's crazy out there, but I just gotta do this. This is the only time. Our AC is broken, so if I start sweating, it's not the meat sweats, it's because it's 95 degrees out and we don't have AC. A question I get a lot is, how expensive is my grocery bill? And a lot of comments I see is, oh, diet for a rich person. Okay, not me, not rich. I'm on a budget. Now, I mix mine up with lower cost meat and grass-fed, grass-finished if I can. So we are going to talk about that first. Grass-fed and finished. So that's important. There's a difference. Grass-fed is like they ate grass most of their lives, and like in the last 30 days, they are allowed to be fattened up with grains or whatever they want. That's legal to name it grass-fed. So now we want to be looking, if you're wanting to spend it, grass-fed and grass-finished, which means even in the fattening stage at the end of, its life, it was still being grass-fed, which is important if you want to put your money towards that. A lot of people, it's expensive. They don't have that in that budget. So I am not here to meat shame or anything, just telling you what would be like the ideal way to eat. So the average price of ground beef, now we're going to be talking about beef on this one. That is the best, I guess. That's going to be the most like nutrient dense and have all that fat that you want. So I typically eat mainly beef. I do dabble in some other meats, but if it's a low fat meat, you're going to want to add in fat. So I am starting to ramble. We're going to be talking about beef today. A grass-fed and finished diet of beef, a pound of ground beef can run anywhere maybe like $10 to $12, especially if you are finding an awesome farm that does regenerative farming and it's organic, grass-fed, grass-finished. It can be $10 to $12, which if you're eating 2 pounds, that can be $20 to $24 a day. And that's just beef, so we're just going to be talking about just strictly eating beef. Things can vary, if you're having some eggs, that is a great option, to lower the cost a little bit, maybe have 1.5 pounds of beef and do, maybe like a chicken breast or some eggs or whatever, but we're just going to talk about the price per pound on beef today. And then if you're going to have a grass-fed, grass-finished ribeye, hate to break it to you, about $28 to $34 a pound for a ribeye. That's what I'm finding. I'm in California. I know prices can be different all over. But yeah, that can add up. That is not in my budget. So like I said, I mix and match a lot. If you are going to be doing grass-fed, that's going to be a little bit less, but mind you, it might not be grass-finished. So that will run you about $7 to $8 a pound for ground beef, which at 2 pounds a day would be $14 to $16. Just for reference, I am eating about 1.5 pounds a day, give or take. So I usually do a mix of conventional meat that I get at Costco. Sometimes I will do like a grass-fed and grass-finished. So, it's just a balance. You do what you can and what your budget allows. So back to the grass-finished, a ribeye is going to be about $18 to $25 per pound on the ribeye. So I am mostly eating ground beef. I will have a ribeye maybe like once a week just to change it up, and the different parts of the animal, you're going to get a little bit different things. So just for a little bit of variety. And now for conventional beef. Conventional beef is just going to be your average farm. The cows might not be roaming around eating grass. Most likely they're going to be fed grains. So those prices can vary. The cheapest that I found was at Walmart. They have those like big ass tubes of like, 10, 15 pounds. And that breaks down, at least here in California, to $3.49 a pound. So if you're eating 2 pounds of ground beef a day, that's $7 a day. So that is like the bare minimum I'm finding with ground beef. So $7 a day at the cheapest for beef. Now, like I said before, you can sub out some of that for chicken or fish or whatever, but all those prices are going to vary. Ribeyes for conventional beef, they're around like $13 to $15. So, if you're having 2 pounds of ribeye a day, that's going to be about 26, 27 bucks. So that can add up. Like I said before, no meat shaming if you can only afford conventional beef or only want to pay for conventional beef. That is fine. My opinion is eating, carnivore or animal based, even if you're having conventional beef, is going to be better for you than eating a standard American diet or the SAD diet, if you see that. So just do what you can. And as far as cooking these meats, the grill is great, or if you're going to use like a cast iron pan, searing the meat and cooking them in either tallow, which is beef fat, is a great option, or butter or ghee. So that's what I would recommend, sticking with the animal fats and getting rid of the seed oils. That's a whole other rabbit hole and video for you that I will dive into at some point. But yes, sticking with the animal fats when you're cooking inside is a great option. And of course, if you're having dairy or, any other animal products like that, that's gonna add to your cost. But since they also have fats and proteins in them, depending what you're having, that can also, you can take away a little bit of the meat to make up for that. So I have about 1.5 pounds of meat a day. I do have like a glass or two of raw kefir every day, which is like a yogurt drink with great probiotics. And I also have a little bit of cheese. I prefer raw cheese. It's a little bit more expensive than just regular cheese at the grocery store. So I go back and forth, I balance it out. Some people can't tolerate dairy, and that's fine. You don't need dairy to be a carnivore. Many people do the lion diet, which is literally just like lamb and beef, salt and water, and they are very successful. So do what you can, do what makes your body feel good. So if you are sensitive to dairy, but you would like to incorporate some and try some out, goat's milk is usually more tolerated. It's more gentle, or any of the raw dairy. So like the raw kefir that I have and the raw cheese, those are really great options too. So I hope this video was helpful for you. Please like and subscribe and share if you feel so inclined. And as always, I appreciate your support, and I am here if you ever have any questions. Pop them into the comments below and I will try to answer as many as I can. Have a good day.